This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
The best of the Morning X on 99X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. The original 99X.
All right, this is my favorite story so far of the year.
What?
And 83, this is in Austin. This is not far from where you live, or from where you're from. Where you live.
Barnes still lives in Austin.
I have a commute from Austin every day.
83-year-old man named Victor Browning passed away last Friday. Before he died, though, he had one last wish. He wanted to be driven from the funeral home to the crematorium in his beloved baby blue Cadillac. Okay.
Nice.
Not a bad...
One small complication. He died in Austin, and the crematorium was in Victorville, California, 1,300 miles away. But his son, Vic Jr., was not about to let that stop him, so he dressed his dead father in his favorite jogging suit, stuck a cap on his head, strapped him into the back seat of the Cadillac, and headed for California. It's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Totally Weekend at Bernie's.
Wait a minute.
And there was only... They encountered a California state trooper along the line. You know what this is?
What?
This is an investigative report that needs to be done by...
News. Monster.
Let's call Vic Jr. This would be the son who's alive, we're calling. I tried to get a hold of the dad, but...
Hello.
Hi, Vic.
Yes.
Vic, we're on the air. This is WNNX News Monster Radio in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And we read the human interest story about you and your father and his last wish.
Right.
Thought it was very touching. Explain your version of it.
Well, my dad, back in 1991, went out to California. His grandson is a mortician, and has a crematorium, and so he went out and viewed it, and told his grandson Elliot Fajardo that that's what he wanted. He wanted to come out there, and so
after he died, he wanted to drive to the crematorium in Victorville, California.
Right, and so Daddy and I would sit out back, and we'd have a beer or so, out back, and every once in a while he'd remind me, saying, "Now, Vic, I want you to drive me to Victorville in the Cadillac." I said, "Yes, sir. That's what I said I'd do it, and I'll do it." And he reminded me of that probably 100 times or more.
So
over a 2.5 year period.
Right.
And then Elliot came, and he asked Elliot, "Now, Elliot, I want to come out in the Cadillac and be cremated." And Elliot said, "Granddaddy," said, "why don't you just let me put you on Southwest?" He said, "It'd be a lot easier." And he said, "No, Elliot, listen to me, boy. I want my last ride in my Cadillac."
Uh-huh. So he passed away last Friday.
No,
or a week ago.
No, he passed away the 30th.
The 30th, I'm sorry. And was it you who drove him?
Yes.
So you actually did put him in the back seat of the car?
Yes, sir.
And
my son went with me. He rode co-pilot going out because Daddy was sitting behind the driver.
Well,
wait.
So your dad passed away, and then you just loaded him up in the car?
No. You have to. He's got to be pronounced dead.
Right.
And then the funeral home has to come get him and embalm him, and then you have to have a burial transit permit.
Right. Oh, so then you have a permit to actually transport a dead body to another location?
Yes.
So you put him in the back seat and dress him up in a hat and glasses and everything.
Well, he had his favorite jogging suit on and a corduroy cap with a Cadillac emblem on it. and strapped him in a seat belt, and away we went.
Did you drive straight through?
Yes.
What was on your mind the whole time?
Oh, just the good times we'd had.
Okay. Did you encounter people along the way?
Just one time we got stopped. Well, it was a border patrol for illegal alien.
Yeah.
And
INS, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, well, Shane, looks like we're going to have to talk to these guys. We had gone through another checkpoint where they just waved us through. And the guy didn't talk to me. He reached in to talk to Daddy. And
he went to
who
talk.
is dead in the back seat?
yeah,
He went
said,
to talk.
He said, hey, sir. I said, he's been asleep since we left Texas.
Did you get a
Well,
little...
he sure is sleeping sound. And
Well, wait a minute.
he said, where you fellas headed? I said, Victorville, California. He said, well, you gentlemen have a safe trip.
But you had a permit to transport a dead body. How come you just didn't show him the permit?
Well, I didn't want to hassle with it if I didn't have to.
So you
Right.
weren't nervous at all?
Oh, no.
Now, I've seen dead bodies.
Yep.
A dead body looks noticeably different than a living one, even
Well,
one that's
Daddy
asleep.
looked, I had the cap on his head, and he just had a smile on his face, and he looked like he was asleep. He looked like he'd wake up and say, hey, boy, give me a beer.
And he'd already been embalmed, right?
Yeah,
And
right.
when you stop, like it's 1,300 miles, you have to stop off at some point, like to go to a diner or whatever. I mean, what did you do? Put him in the trunk or
No,
what?
he just sat there.
How did you keep him sitting up?
Yeah, he was asleep.
Yeah, how'd you keep him sitting up?
The seatbelt.
The seatbelt kept him
Shoulder
up.
strap,
Yep.
Barnes.
You have to wear a seatbelt.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
That's right.
an amazing story. You know,
Well, it was his wish, and I was just honored to be able to do it. And then the last thing, I got to pick him up out of the car and put him in the cremation box. And my son and Elliot asked me, said, Dad, said, let me help you. I said, no, he's not heavy. He's just my dad.
hey,
Aw.
Well, Victor, thank you very much for talking to us here on
Monster.
Welcome to the best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. Lowering expectations one segment at a time. 99X.
Hi, I'm Joe Salcihi, host of the Stacking Benjamin Show. Every week, we talk to experts about personal finance trends.
While we were talking, I had to jump on ChatGPT real quick.
ChatGPT said, cut up the cards.
It said, hey, knucklehead, weren't you just talking about investing in dollar cost averaging? Why don't you save a few bucks?
You never knew personal finance could be this fun.
If you're bored, don't start messing with your investment.
Get a hobby, man.
Get into photography.
Buy an airplane.
Guess what investment I made? The one that keeps on giving. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.